collections. The Archaic Gallery. Maiden, plural kare, is the name given to a type of ancient Greek sculpture of the Archaic period. There are multiple theories on who they represent, and as to whether they represent mortals or deities. One theory is that they represent Persephone, the daughter in the triad of the mother goddess cults, or Vitary figures to attend the maiden goddess. Karoi are the youthful male equivalent of Kara statues. They both show the restrained, archaic smile, but, unlike the nude Karoi, kare are depicted in thick drapery, ornate and, in painted examples, very colorful and often have elaborate braided hairdos. Some of the hairstyles of the statues are quite Egyptian and Minoan in style and often resembling the hairstyle of the Gorgon. They also often have a much more relaxed and natural posture, sometimes with an extended arm. Some, but perhaps not all, kare were painted with colorful drapery and their skin having a natural coloring. Such statues existed in many cities of Greece, but most important are the 14 statues that were found east of the Parthenon in 1886 and called the Kare of Acropolis. These statues were stood particularly on round bases, and they were outdoor exposed. When the Persians burned the Acropolis in 480 BC, they threw them from their bases, but some survived, and are hosted now in the Acropolis Museum. Some of them represented priestesses, while others were simpler, represented female figures and were dedicated to the goddess Athena. They have smiling faces, complicated hairdressing and island-type dressing, Ionic style, with their left hand holding their chiton, while with their right hand are holding a flower, fruit or bird. Their hair, along with some other characteristics and the folds of their clothing were colored. Dominant color was the red for the lips and hair, red and blue for the clothes, and black for the eyes. The chorus wore many-colored jewels indicating the brightness of their dressing. Thus, they symbolized the elegant, dressy Athenian of the 6th century BC. The most beautiful of the chorus of the Acropolis was simpler and had a more serious appearance than the others, and thus more suited to the masculine character of Athena, to whom was also dedicated. She had been made by Antenor, an Athenian creator, in the late 6th century BC, and was a votive of a potter named Nerchos. But there were not the kare used only as offerings. There were also the famous caryatides of the 5th century BC, who were used as architectural supports. The Tanagrian cores etc. Also exists the famous Kara of Antium, found in Italy, and it is an original work of the 4th century BC, created by the sculptor Phanes, student of Lysippos. The Peplos core dates from 530 to 520 BC. It was found in Athens and is in the collection of the Acropolis Museum in Athens. Some argue that this statue represents the goddess Athene. Another well-known example of a Kare statue is the Lady of Auxerre at the Louvre, though this is from the Daedalic style of Cretan art and so is not typical of the Kare type as a whole.